So the media is absolutely freaking out about this transgender kid that is going about wrestling females, and I think she actually won the most recent championship against other female competitors. And in this video I'm going to clear up some of the misconceptions and some of the lies that people are spreading, not only in the media but also from person to person, which is kind of weird because I've never seen the falsehood of a story spread so quick through people and not stories. But it's also part of the media's fault. And the first misconception I want to say is I've seen a lot of memes that they go and they use that State Farm meme. It's like, well, she's a guy, so it's actually a female transitioning into a male. And the reason why this is so important is because the only reason why she is wrestling other males the only reason why she is wrestling other females is because the school will not allow her to wrestle men because of the obvious fact, because she's a girl. And this is where a lot of the controversy comes in and where it also gets misconstrued because they think that they think that it's a he going into a girl, and the girl and the school is allowing the girl to wrestle other girls, and that's why she won. But it's actually the other way around. The student has said that she wants to wrestle boys, obviously because she wants to be a dude. And the fact that the media and people, oddly enough, average people, are blowing this out of the air is kind of weird. It's weird to see how many people will just look at the headline of an article and just not even read the article. They just look at it and be like, oh, okay, this pisses me off. Let me leave a dumbass comment on Facebook and move on about my day. And they put no thought into actually what they're doing. And I do want to say that there is some actual controversy about this, because the reason I think a major problem with this is from what I have read, that she is taking testosterone shots or pills or whatever. And what testosterone does, let me give you guys a little bit of science lesson. It helps increase muscle growth, it helps increase energy, and it helps increase your strength, your overall strength. And which is why men tend to have more muscle over women, because women, their main ingredient in this cocktail of shit is estrogen, while men's is testosterone. That's why women tend to have more fat and men tend to have more muscle. Now, that being said, since she is taking testosterone shots, it's a very strong possibility that she has a slight advantage over all of her competition. And now, when it comes to such a physical sport, a physical and strength demanding sport such as wrestling, even a slight advantage could equal a very large advantage, especially when fighting other women that are, I'm not going to call them weak because they're wrestling, but weaker compared to what they're battling against. And I think it's very important to bring up this issue because it's not only a fault on her for making this very unfair for everyone else, because when the school said no, you're gonna wrestle girls, she's been like, okay, well, that's not fair, I'm not gonna do this. It's also the school's fault for telling her that she couldn't, or she, what fucking ever. It's also the school's fault for telling her that she couldn't wrestle dudes. And I think I haven't seen any of the wrestles or joust or butt fucks, whatever you guys want to call it, but I think that if there was a clear advantage in every single wrestle, then maybe the school should have stepped in and said, hey, yeah, you're probably going to need to, go over there and fight some dicks instead of fighting some pussy. And I think that's where I'm going to end this video. I think I somewhat cleared up some of this controversy, explained it up a little bit, gave my opinion too. I'd like to thank you guys for watching. Make sure you leave a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. If you have a differing opinion or some information comes out that changes, let me know. Leave it in the comments. Tell me what you think. Tell me what your opinion is, and let's have a reasonable discussion about it. Thanks, guys. Peace out.
Transgender high school athlete won a state championship this weekend, but he would have preferred wrestling against boys, not girls. Tony DeCopel has the story.
Mac Beggs fought his way to a girls' Texas high school wrestling championship on Saturday. But because the new champion identifies as a boy, he was pulled unwillingly into a new fight. This one about the rights of transgender Americans.
I wouldn't be here today if it weren't for my teammates. That's honestly what the spotlight should have been on, is my teammates.
The 17-year-old high school junior is among an estimated 1.4 million people in this country who identify as transgender.
In Beggs' case, his birth certificate says he's a girl, but he identifies as a boy and is taking doctor-prescribed testosterone to help his transition. Some girls have forfeited rather than face him, and he says he'd rather wrestle against boys.
But under a code enacted by the state last August, all athletes must compete according to the gender on their birth certificate. Lisa Latham, whose daughter has wrestled against Beggs for years and has noticed a change in him, says now nobody wins.
It's not fair for Mac because Mac's not getting true competition and true experience of what it is to wrestle on his level. And it's not fair for the female wrestlers because they are at a complete disadvantage.
33 states allow high school athletes to compete according to their gender identity or on a case-by-case basis. 10 states have no policy, and Texas is one of 7 states that restrict transgender athletes.
We trained hard every single day, every single day.
After his victory, Beggs did his best to dismiss the controversy, but it's likely to continue into the next wrestling season. On the mat and off, gender isn't something the rules can pin down. Tony DeCopel, CBS News, New York.